Good evening, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. all-weather, all-streaming show that we do here every night during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms as well as to Facebook Live. So if you are watching from Facebook Live and now also on YouTube Live, so you can actually go down into the comments, ask any questions, make any comments you would like. I'll hopefully be able to address any questions, comments, or concerns as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. So let's get started here. What are our headlines for the next several days? Well, that cutoff low continues to bring us some scattered showers and even a few rumbles of thunder. We'll continue to see scattered shower chances through the overnight hours and continuing into tomorrow, maybe even lingering a bit into Monday as well. Then it looks like we start to dry things out as we get into Tuesday. That looks like when we have our best chance of sunshine as we go through the work week next week. And then it looks like temperatures will start to average out to near normal by the middle and end of next week. However, it looks like maybe some daily rain chances possible, not quite as dreary and gloom as what we're seeing, the past couple of days. But as we get into next week, we could have more of those summer-like pop-up showers and maybe even a few afternoon thunderstorms each day, Wednesday through Friday of next week. So we'll discuss all of that coming up here on the weather show. But let's take a look at our radar. What's going on out there right now? That cutoff low really sitting and spinning just off to our east right now. And you can kind of see it on the radar. You can kind of see that rotation of the rain around that center of low pressure that's kind of sitting just to the east of the tri-state. And now as all that moisture wraps around the periphery of that low, that's going to get sent into our neck of the woods here from north to south now. So these showers are kind of popping up and coming in all different directions. So it's really not really easy to track out exactly which showers will be a little bit heavier and where we can expect them next. Just understand that through tonight and into tomorrow, we're just going to be looking at some off and on scattered shower and maybe even some thunderstorm activity through the rest of this weekend. Now zooming out here, you can kind of see the full scope of this area of low pressure. We've got that upper level low sitting right here. A surface low is going to start to develop off to our east, and that is going to continue to plume in that moisture from the Gulf. So it's stretching all the way from the deep south through Atlanta all the way up into the Ohio River Valley and then out towards the mid-Atlantic and even into the northeast. So this system is impacting a lot of people's weekends here. What were originally looking like a really nice weekend forecast has kind of turned sour thanks to this low. So here's what we're looking at through the rest of the night tonight, tracking it out on our future radar. You can see just continuing to see those bands of wraparound showers through the overnight and into tomorrow. It looks like we'll have better chances or better coverage of that rain through Sunday morning, and then it starts to become a little bit more isolated as we get towards overnight hours of Sunday and into Monday. But looking at our rainfall amounts through the end of this weekend and into the beginning of next week, we could pick up another half an inch up to 1.5 inches in some spots, especially those who get a heavier shower. Now, in addition to just the gloominess of this weekend, we've also got a couple of threats. We're not expecting severe weather at all, but as this cold air aloft and this upper level low sit and spin over the region, not only is it going to bring us showers, but with cooler air aloft, it also brings us a chance for even a few small hailstones within some of those heavier showers. And it's also possible that we see what we call cold air funnels, and it looks like a funnel cloud, and it is a rotating column of air. However, it is different from a tornado in the fact that they very rarely make it to the ground, and they are pretty harmless. Even if they do make it to the ground, they cause very minor damage. This is pretty much just cold air that's getting stretched out by these showers, and that's creating a little bit of a funnel. So here's a better explanation for you. So as you go up in the atmosphere, we've got this strong upper level low, and that's spinning counterclockwise. And then we've also got cold air aloft. So it's warmer here at the surface. As you go up, it gets cooler out there and likely drops below freezing. Now what happens here is that upper level low is providing that little bit of spin in the atmosphere that is needed, and the very little or weak updraft that we do have to even generate some shower activity will actually elongate that vorticity or even stretch it. So that's what causes this little weak funnel to form at the base of those clouds, but they, again, very rarely extend to the ground, and when they do very little damage. So if you see a cold air funnel, please take a picture of it and send it to us, and hopefully we can put those more on the weather show here. We love showing your guys' pictures. But looking at the forecasts from earlier today, or at least what we got to, we actually hit our high for the day in the lower 60s, and that was actually earlier this morning at around 9 o'clock. We've actually been cooling as we've gone through the day today, and you can actually see this bulb of cooler temperatures sitting right over the Ohio River Valley and into portions of the south there. Everywhere you see the green, that's where all the clouds and the rain has been all day long. And then off to the east, where there has been less clouds and the rain is now beginning to move in, they were actually able to warm up a lot more with that sunshine. Because we were stuck under the clouds and with a light northerly breeze, that helped keep things on the cooler side. And looking at our temperatures right now, we're seeing temps dropping down through the 50s, 55 in Evansville, 57 down towards Bowling Green, 54 in Indianapolis, and around 51 up towards Fort Wayne. We could continue to drop here by several more degrees, dropping down into the upper 40s in some spots, but most of us probably bottoming out in the lower 50s here. Again, we'll continue to see some scattered showers overnight tonight, and then that will continue into our Sunday. So more scattered showers expected. 55 degrees for our high, so staying on the cooler side through tomorrow with a breeze out of the north-northwest up to 15 miles per hour. Now looking at our rain chances for the next several days, again, we'll continue to be stuck under the influence of that upper level low through tomorrow and even into Monday. We might see less coverage of shower activity, but it's still going to be cloudy and a little bit cooler. Then as we get into Tuesday, we finally see that sunshine return, we dry out, and we actually warm back up to around average before more shower chances return as we go through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. But again, this setup doesn't look quite as dreary and gloomy as the one we're in right now. It looks more summer-like with the chance for a few pop-up showers or storms in the afternoon each day. So it's not like it's going to be a washout or cloudy all day, likely even seeing partly cloudy to even mostly sunny skies during those days. But again, it's just those pop-ups in the afternoon that we could be looking at for the end of next week. So let's take a look at that on our longer range model here, the European model showing that low sitting and spinning right over the tri-state, bringing us rain through Monday. And then as we get into Tuesday, it starts to lift off to the north there, and we see that sunshine return, but it doesn't stay for very long. Here's that next system. It's actually going to be sliding off to our south, and that too becomes stuck and cut off to our south, though, we have high pressure off to our north. Now, depending on how strong that high pressure system is to our north, it may actually help suppress some of that shower activity farther to our south and out of the tri-state. However, if that high pressure system is weaker or it even slides in either direction, that will allow some of this shower activity to actually lift up from the south and at least impact portions of western Kentucky through the second half of next week. But you can see here, showers possible Wednesday, again on Thursday. And then as we get into Friday, maybe not seeing much in the way of a shower potential, but then as we get into Saturday, maybe western Kentucky getting grazed by a few showers. So again, it's not like it's a washout by any means. I think we will still have plenty of dry time as we go through next week as well. Now, in terms of temperatures, we are looking at staying right around average or even slightly above average by the time we get towards the middle of the month. So the 11th through the 17th there, we're outlooked in that lighter orange color, indicating that slightly above average possibility here. And then looking at our temperature trend over the next 7 days, our average highs are usually in the low to mid 70s. So we'll actually be below that tomorrow and Monday, but we'll actually climb right to around average as we get towards the middle of next week, maybe even popping up a few degrees above there. So that is what the Climate Prediction Center is kind of picking up on our pattern as well. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast. I'll take that full screen so you guys can get a better look. But looking at more showers tomorrow and even some lingering into Monday with cloudy skies. Warming back up by Tuesday, more sunshine on the way. Will stay dry, and then more showers work their way back into the forecast Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. A lot more isolated, not quite as dreary and cool as what we're experiencing now. We'll climb back up into the 70s, topping out in the lower to mid 70s through the middle and end of next week. So that is all I've got here for the forecast. I'm going to hop off the live stream here. I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 10 for all the latest news and weather headlines. Until then, everybody, have a great night and stay safe.